Somewhere in the dark waters of the South China Sea, a massive Chinese submarine sits in total silence. The crew inside knows they hold the power to erase an entire continent. They don't need to surface. They don't need to warn anyone. With just one turn of a key and a launch sequence lasting minutes, they could send a missile arcing high above the clouds. One missile that carries enough nuclear firepower to wipe out multiple American cities, New York, Los Angeles, Chicago at the same time. That missile is the JL-3. China's newest submarine-launched intercontinental ballistic missile. And in the 2025 Beijing Victory Day Parade, China showed the world for the first time what this nightmare looks like. This isn't just a weapon. It's a direct message to Washington. America is no longer untouchable. Welcome back to Race to Space, the channel where we explore the world's deadliest military tech in the future of warfare. And today, we're diving deep into why the JL-3 may be the single most dangerous missile in China's arsenal. It's a submarine-launched intercontinental ballistic missile, an SLBM. Think of it like the ocean's ultimate ace card. Land-based nukes can be targeted. Aircraft can be shot down. But a submarine hidden beneath the waves can strike from anywhere, anytime, without warning. The JL-3 is the newest evolution of China's nuclear deterrence program. Early estimates suggest it has a range between 9,000 and 12,000 kilometers. That means if a Chinese submarine is sitting quietly in the South China Sea, its missiles can already reach the US mainland. Not Hawaii, not Guam, but Washington, D.C., New York, Los Angeles, all the way to the heart of America. And here's where it gets scarier. The JL-3 isn't just a single warhead missile. It's equipped with MIRV technology, multiple independently targetable re-entry vehicles. In plain English, that means one missile splits into several nuclear warheads, each heading toward a different target. One JL-3 could take out several cities in a single strike. Now, let that sink in. A single submarine armed with a dozen of these missiles could unleash more destruction than every bomb dropped in World War II combined. To understand why this missile matters, we have to look at China's nuclear strategy. For decades, America relied on what's called the nuclear triad: bombers, land-based ICBMs, and submarine launch missiles. Submarines have always been the most survivable leg of that triad. Even if enemies destroyed US bases or cities, those hidden submarines could still fire back, guaranteeing retaliation. That's what kept nuclear war in check, the idea of mutually assured destruction. China until recently lagged behind. Their older JL-2 missile had a range of about 7,200 kilometers, impressive, but not enough to hit all of the US mainland unless the submarine sailed dangerously close to American waters. That limited China's deterrence. But with the JL-3, that limitation disappears. China no longer needs to risk detection. They can park their subs deep in home waters, protected by their navy, and still threaten America's east coast. The Pentagon knows this. In its latest 2025 report on Chinese military power, the JL-3 was described as a strategic game-changer. It effectively gives Beijing the same nuclear reach from the sea that only the US and Russia previously enjoyed. So what's the big deal for America? It means the US is no longer safe behind the oceans. Those thousands of miles of water that once acted like a shield, they mean nothing against the JL-3. Imagine tensions boiling over in the Indo-Pacific. Maybe it's over Taiwan. Maybe it's over the South China Sea. US carriers sail in, F-35s roar overhead, and destroyers position themselves for missile defense. Now, picture a Chinese Type 096 nuclear submarine silently patrolling beneath the waves. It stays undetected. The order comes in. Within minutes, the submarine's hatch opens and a JL-3 missile rockets upward, breaking through the ocean's surface like a spear of fire. It soars high into the atmosphere, then splits. Not one, but multiple nuclear warheads arc toward the US mainland. Defense radars light up across Alaska and California. American generals scramble. But here's the problem. The JL-3's MIRV system overwhelms missile defenses. Even if the US intercepts one or two, several more get through. Now, imagine this happening not once, but dozens of times. One submarine alone can carry enough JL-3s to the United States. But China isn't stopping at one. They're building an entire fleet of nuclear-armed submarines, each capable of unleashing Armageddon. For the US, this means something unthinkable, losing the guarantee of nuclear superiority. For decades, America could deter China because it had more nukes, more reach, more survivability. But the JL-3 levels the playing field almost overnight. But here's the part no one saw coming. The JL-3 might not just be a copycat of American or Russian SLBMs. Some experts believe it could be even more advanced. There are reports suggesting the JL-3 may use hypersonic glide vehicle technology for some of its warheads. That would mean after entering the atmosphere, these warheads could maneuver at incredible speeds, dodging missile defenses designed to track predictable ballistic arcs. If true, the JL-3 isn't just a threat, it's practically unstoppable. And think about the timing. Why reveal it in 2025? Because this year, China is showcasing its growing naval power with the launch of more advanced submarines like the Type 096. The JL-3 isn't just a missile. It's the crown jewel of an entire underwater strike force that Beijing wants the world and Washington to fear. Another twist, the JL-3 is designed not only for deterrence, but for survivability. By arming subs with long-range MIRV missiles, China can keep its nuclear force hidden even if America struck first. And destroy China's land-based missiles, those submarines could still retaliate with JL-3s. This ensures that China always has a second strike capability. In simple terms, the JL-3 guarantees that if America ever tried to wipe out China in a nuclear exchange, America itself would be wiped out, too. So, here's the chilling reality. The JL-3 isn't just another missile on a parade float. It's a weapon designed to end America's sense of safety. From the quiet depths of the ocean, it makes US missile defenses nearly useless. It extends China's nuclear hand all the way to Washington, and it cements Beijing's place as a true nuclear superpower. The next time you see footage of a submarine surfacing in the South China Sea, remember, it may already be carrying the power to erase entire American cities. But here's the thing, this missile is only one piece of China's growing war machine. If a single strike weapon like this can keep US commanders awake at night, imagine what happens when you add stealth unmanned submarines that can strike from anywhere in the world, completely unseen. And that's exactly what China has been building. If you want to see how their invisible fleet could change the balance of power forever, check out our deep dive on China's unmanned underwater submarines. It's a story you don't want to miss.